Good evening and welcome to 20-somethings, a show for 20-somethings by 20-somethings. On today's episode, we're going to talk about Musk's multiplication, Harvard versus Trump, and Coachella. I'm your host, Yvonne, and I'm joined live today by Abby, Laney, and the fantastic, bombastic Keith Brown.
You like bombastic, don't you?
How are we all doing tonight?
Good.
It's a crazy word.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Good.
All right, let's start off. All right, so we're starting with Elon Musk, and to quote Mr. Incredible, he's multiplying like rabbits. And yeah, let's take a gander at the screen and see a little further into what's going on.
Is Elon Musk planning to father a legion of super babies? According to his newest baby mama, Ashley St. Clair, the world's richest man dreams of having enough children to save civilization. Ashley St. Clair is speaking out today, revealing the results of a paternity test that she says proves with 99.99% certainty that Musk is the father of her 7-month-old son. Just 2 weeks ago, Musk wrote, "I don't know if the child is mine or not. Here he is," Ashley says, in a New York hospital holding baby Romulus right after he was born. Musk has had at least 14 children with 4 women, 10 boys and 4 girls. Multiple sources said they believe the true number of Musk's children is much higher, and he wants more. Ashley says that Musk suggested they use surrogates to make more babies faster. Level before the apocalypse.
What?
So my question is, what is he trying to save us from? Like, what is he stockpiling for? Because last I checked, if I remember correctly, we have an overpopulation problem. We have, yeah.
You're not wrong. I don't understand.
I do know the rate of births has declined. Because people are having kids at an older age.
Yes.
Or not having kids at all because it's become more normalized. But what I'm confused about is if he wants to make like a little army of new civilization of his children, right? They can't reproduce.
Mm-hmm.
They're all his kids. They all have the same dad. So why is he having a bunch of kids to save civilization, to continue humanity, if there's going to be incest going on within the first generation?
This took a crazy turn.
I mean, is he trying to replicate Genghis Khan's stats, where almost everyone is somehow related to him? Is that what he's going after?
Like he's Jesus?
Bro has 14 children.
I saw a video on YouTube, and one of the
But
comments
he's
that
not
I read,
taking care of any of those children.
No, not at
What-
all.
He's paying child
one of the
support.
comments,
Is he-
which I wish he
Is
read,
he-
is he's going to become the first billionaire to go broke by paying child support.
That's
He
interesting.
pays hundreds of thousands of dollars in child
But
support.
why do you think all these women are having his babies? I don't really believe
What do
that
you
they're
think is,
in love with him.
No, because it's Elon Musk.
What do
Yeah.
you think if there's
Well-
the custody thing?
I bet.
2 kids a day? Because there's 14 of them. So do they have a rotation?
So the woman they showed, she just went through a custody battle.
Okay.
And she said that he isn't a father to her kid, the 7-month-old. He sees the kid 3 times a year, and that's it. And she basically got him to pay $100,000 a month in child support until the kid's 21. And there was also $7 million mixed into that somewhere. But she got her bag.
What? He sees the kid only 3 times a year and named him Romulus? I think you need to see the kid a little bit more before
He
they call
wants,
the name of
he
that.
wants a Roman Empire.
Yeah.
That's his
interesting.
goal.
Romulus Roman Empire.
Yeah.
That's
Oh my
his,
God.
It's his
Yeah.
Roman
It's his
Empire.
Roman
Yeah.
Empire.
I mean, would it be that beneficial? I guess the question is, this sounds like what's going on here is these women are oh my God, if I have this guy's kid, I can make a lot of money off of it, right?
I mean,
That's a good point.
there's not really a negative side of that.
Except you have to have Elon Musk show
well,
up
that
at your door
of
whenever
course
he wants.
that is true. No,
with
110,
his super babies.
110,000%. But
Yeah.
if you want that bag, you can get that bag.
Yeah. Would it be worth it?
No, never.
You're thinking about it.
Girl, do not even.
He's not a great person. I wouldn't want my kids to look like him. But
Musk multiplicity, be so for real.
$100,000 a month. I don't need to work.
You get a free Cybertruck.
$100,000 a month until the kid is 21.
The way I would burn that Cybertruck immediately.
I wouldn't drive any of that, but $100,000 a month to take care of a kid. I don't have a kid, so I don't know, but I don't think it's $100,000. I don't think a kid is worth $100,000 a month.
But
Unless I'm wrong.
that blood is Elon Musk's blood.
Well, I think there's probably more going on. Like, I'm sure there's things that are probably.
How old is he?
I don't know.
I don't know. He's probably in his
Too old.
50s.
Maybe ask somebody to tell you.
I mean,
we ask
We
someone
need to know how old is Elon Musk.
How
Tell
old
us.
is Elon Musk?
see, I mean,
Can we ask the?
I'm
tell
just
you.
I'm just curious, like how he's gonna have time for all these kids if he keeps having more. Like, is he just gonna move on from one kid to
I
another?
don't
think
think
he
he cares.
spends
I don't
time
think he
with the
cares.
kids.
I think he just moves on and on. Like we're
Yeah.
moving on to our next topic.
Sounds good.
Wow.
Yeah, we have Trump trying to pick a fight with Harvard University for not hiring this government-appointed specialist that's basically going to monitor like what they're spending on for their classes, like kind of like an auditor. And yeah, I prepared a little clip from a Harvard professor, if I believe, who talks more in depth about it.
In the demand letter that the Trump administration sent to my university Friday night that became public on Monday, one of his demands was to have the school appoint, or allow him to appoint, a federal overseer who would audit every course on this campus, every department, to try to figure out if it met the ideological balance that's preferred by the Trump administration. And that federal official would then require us to hire new teachers to teach the way that Trump wants us to teach, to change our courses. This is absolute outright efforts to take over federally what is taught on American campuses. It's a move that we see in countries across the globe when dictators are trying to come into power.
So yeah, what are our thoughts on this?
I have a lot of thoughts.
Let's hear 'em.
Sure.
I mean, no. Period. Like, it's not happening. Why is he trying to, like... I had to contain myself. You guys talk, and then I'll talk afterwards.
I think why is because he thinks that Harvard pushes democratic ideology onto their students. He thinks that. He thinks that they don't hire or admit students off of merit, which isn't true actually, because I think 2 or 3 summers ago there was the whole lawsuit with the Supreme Court in Harvard, and basically they made it where they have to admit their students blind on like ethnicity, so they can't see that already, but he still thinks that they don't do it based off of merit. And he wants to get rid of their DEI programs. So I think it's just because he thinks they push, because they had during the Gaza-Palestine protests, there was a lot going on in that campus for both Gaza and Palestine. And I just think he thinks that Harvard is pro-Palestine or pro-Palestinian, in that he doesn't like that. So he now wants to put someone in that position to like control a private institute. And that's, you can't do that to a private institute.
I mean, I think the reason, kind of like why he's doing this, because even though Harvard is a private institute, they still get a lot of funding from the government. And actually, recently, I think after this video, he said he was going to cut funding to Harvard and remove their tax-exempt status, if I recall correctly. So yeah, it's just a big mess is happening. And this also happened after Rick here in Rhode Island recently just cut 20 majors from their program.
Well, what would you think? I mean, how would you feel you're in a class and now you have a governmental auditor sitting in there, right, and listening to everything you say?
Not happening.
You probably wouldn't feel as free to express your thoughts,
Absolutely
right?
not. No.
We have a governmental auditor behind camera, number 2 over here. They're listening. I mean, but they'd probably shut this class down, right?
my
You got what
God,
you just said,
absolutely.
right? They'd be
Yeah.
like, they're talking about us now. So, I mean, it would definitely change how college is.
He's just a control freak, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like college is a place where you're supposed to be able to voice your opinions, and you're supposed to be able to figure out what your opinions are in college. And I feel like if Harvard did follow what they said, that would stop students from being able to do that, which I don't think is fair. Also, like, I couldn't imagine spending that much money to go to a school like that, to have them almost like censor their classes and have professors censor what they are allowed to say and have like everything like that. It was like, why am I going to drop hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to a school and I'm not getting everything that like they could offer me because they have to kind of hold themselves back?
I feel like they're kind of contradicting like the government itself, because we literally have an amendment that starts with the number 1. It's the First Amendment. Basically, we have freedom of speech, freedom of expression without consequences. And now they're saying, like, yeah, you can't really express yourself unless it aligns with what we think. I mean, it's just a mess. Like, it's just a huge, like, issue that's becoming more and more massive. And you know what else is massive? Coachella.
Oh,
Coachella was huge this weekend. But, yeah, I found this.
what a segue.
That's probably the craziest one of the semester. But I've prepared a little graphic, just to like a little poster, just to show us what Coachella was this year. So let's take a look. Billy Joe
we
Armstrong
get
of
that
Green
picture?
Day.
Why can't we
Without
see the whole
a
picture? Are
lawn
you
in the
trying to
corner?
censor us?
Yeah.
You trying to?
Is there an
Is there a
auditor?
governmental auditor in the control booth covering up Lady Gaga?
Where is
No,
Gaga?
you're covering her up
Give
again.
out.
Give
Why
us
can't we
Gaga.
just see
Give
it?
us Gaga.
We
Give us
can't move
Gaga.
on until we see Lady Gaga.
Don't
and
start that clock. Stop the
No.
clock. We're still on the.
We're gonna stay here until the
Stop the
governmental
clock.
auditor lets us see Lady Gaga's face.
Come on. Who's Katie? Let's go.
Where is this picture? Why? Oh, there we go. Oh, it's
That
Billy
looks
Joe
like Timothy
Armstrong.
Chalamet.
That
Yeah,
is not Timothy Chalamet.
That's what I-
Is that what you're saying?
No, she
It looks like
did.
Timothy
That's
Chalamet in 30 years. Tell me
Billy
it's not.
Joe
Squint your
Armstrong
eyes.
from Green Day.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Yeah.
If I really squint my eyes.
Yeah, you see it.
You need glasses. I don't know. 20-something, 20 vision. You have 20-something vision you don't have. Okay, we have to scream again.
But yeah, 2 huge weekends.
Big time.
Yeah, a lot of amazing performances. One I can think off right off the top of my head. I know you're going to talk more about this, so I'll introduce it. And if you want to go further into detail, we had Benson Boone performing Bohemian Rhapsody. All of a sudden, frickin' Sir Brian May appears, blessing our ears with a wonderful guitar solo.
So people are saying. So I don't even know who was Brian May performing with.
Benson
Benson
Boone.
Boone.
Benson Boone. That's a good name.
Aren't you like a huge fan? Is that what you just said?
I know.
Oh,
I just watched a
okay.
TikTok video. People are saying that Benson Boone is the Freddie Mercury.
Can you say that again?
Benson
Thank you.
Boone is the Freddie Mercury of Gen Z.
Oh, Hundo P.
Really? I'm not gonna go that
Finish
far.
the word on the beat.
I feel like you guys all had coffee before this segment.
I'm not gonna go that far and say that I haven't really experienced him enough. I just know he does the flip off the piano, somersault. you
That
could say.
is true.
He does, which is pretty sick. It is. But I also heard that when Brian May rose
on the
He is
day
risen.
on the day the Pope died.
Oh, no.
Brian May rose. But I guess I heard when he rose, the crowd didn't really realize that he.
Know who he is?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't think the crowd realized that that's who was performing, and he was performing Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, and they didn't know what that was
And
either.
they just had the guitar solo.
The
Who's
guitar?
Freddie Mercury?
Oh my God, you're bullying me.
I'm sorry.
Tough
You're
crowd.
you're rage baiting.
Oh,
You're
where's-
rage
Just wait till
where's-
that DEA.
Where's the governmental auditor?
DEA is gonna go crazy for you.
Yeah.
But I did want to talk about Lady Gaga.
Go for it.
She had a 2-hour set list. Oh my God. She basically fought her past Gaga selves. through the generations.
The way that it was like Phantom of the Opera. Mm-hmm. She had like different faces.
it was
It was like I was gonna make a reference that you wouldn't get, so I'll just stop right there.
Is
but-
it
Was it
old
about-
reference?
was it
Yeah,
about Freddie
it's like
Mercury?
these people
Was
used
it
to pretend to be
Bohemian
Kenny
Rhapsody?
Rogers and Dolly Parton
No.
singing "Islands in the Stream," but they
We
paint their
weren't
face
alive
and
when
then they turn around.
TVs were black
Okay,
and
that's
white,
fine.
And they were cords
All
on
right.
phones.
But
Was it
what
more
about
like a stick in like mud? Is
stick
that
in
what
mud?
You were, like, playing with?
I have no idea what you're talking about. But what about the fact that this is the first time in over a decade that this concert didn't sell out?
It's because Coachella's overrated.
Okay. Overpriced?
And
Oh, yeah.
it's overrated.
How much are the
Okay,
tickets?
I heard that. Wait, you talk.
You first.
Okay, I heard 50% of the people who bought tickets at Coachella, bought tickets. Sorry, did you sing it? They bought.
Should we take out the guitar? I don't know why she's laughing.
Look at the promo.
So basically,
What?
there's a picture of Keith on the prompter,
Yeah,
and we all
sorry,
found that.
This was a really good segment until somebody in that control booth
Yeah.
is going to get
Okay,
fired
but
by
back to what I
next
was saying.
week.
Back to what I was
Yeah.
saying. Back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
So 50% of people who got tickets to Coachella used the programs where you can pay in little segments.
Oh my
like
God, they're
little,
doing
Oh my
little
God.
portions, yes, or shop buy. I
Yeah.
use shop buy, but I pay all up front. I'm not broke. But
But how much
Whoa.
were they total? Do you know?
I don't know.
like probably like
Ask the control
$500.
booth to actually
Can
do some
we,
work and find out how much the tickets were.
One thing I know is like a glass of lemonade was like 17
Yeah,
bucks.
It was a lot.
Well, I mean, I think any type of music
is
venue, they
inflation?
overcharge for
Like,
anything
listen,
like
I know
that.
Dollar Tree has better lemonade. Now the question is, will next year's Coachella be better? Do y'all think?
Dude, don't wrap this segment up yet. I'm not done talking. So Timothy Chalamet and Kylie Jenner were seen PDAing, which that doesn't happen. And they were PDAing the day Travis Scott was playing.
I thought
Yep.
she was going to say she saw them peeing, not PDAing.
PDA.
So it was. It was. They were PDAing the same day that Travis Scott was performing.
Okay.
Which people don't think is coincidental. People think it was shade they were throwing because obviously, as we know, what is Travis Scott to Kylie Jenner?
Dad. She asked.
Baby daddy. Close.
Baby
close.
daddy.
Okay, so I want to talk about that.
Ooh,
I also want to talk
my.
about James Charles and how much James Charles flopped.
Dude, yeah, we needed
and
the
how
assless chaps.
the assless chaps were not seen.
There was-
Instead, it was some weird pearl stuff with
Cover the
this
ass.
wet-looking shoe or
Weird.
shirt.
Bye-bye.
And then weird
No,
jeans
thank you.
wasn't good. And then I wanted to talk about Charli XCX threw shade
Popped
at
off, number one.
Green Day.
Yes,
And
which
she
is
dropped
crazy.
a new album. Did you also see the Addison Rae and her screaming on
Yes.
stage? Wasn't that so good?
Yes.
Yes.
How
But
much were the tickets?
probably like $500.
Yeah, probably
$300
around
to
there.
$500.
They're
Probably
pretty.
For
a lot
4
of people-
days?
Well, a lot of people, they get their tickets paid for by like companies.
Companies, yeah.
So they go for free, and they get like their Airbnb for free. They get like.
So these are
everything
like
for free.
record company people, like
It's
music
just like
business
businesses.
people?
It's like businesses, like companies, like makeup companies will send people and all that.
Izzy's having a conniption.
Would you
I
go?
mean,
Would I go
Yeah.
if someone paid for it and paid for an Airbnb because I'm not camping out of my
True,
car?
because I am not doing that.
I'm not showering out in my
It
car.
was like 110
Yeah.
degrees each day.
Oof.
No, thank you. Okay.
So,
let's calm
anyways,
down.
obviously this was a bit of a we got mixed
Alex
reactions
Earl,
at
I
Coachella.
loved her fit. She was great.
Alex Earl's fit
Alex
was
was
so good.
Yeah, she
With
actually
the,
popped
with the
off.
denim vest.
She did it. She
it
did
was,
it.
It was very. She
But who are
did
the other
very
people on
well.
that picture? Was
Can
Gaga?
we get the picture back up?
Unfortunately, okay, so
Can we get the picture back up, Katie? Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So we have Post
Posty,
Malone.
Post,
Um,
little Post Malone action.
Was a tooth problem.
I think those are grills.
Those are girls. Those
And
are
Unattractive.
then- oh wait, did you see they had like a little White Lotus reunion?
Oh my God.
With the
I didn't see that.
the Schwarzenegger
Was
son.
Jennifer Coolidge there?
No, but the Schwarzenegger
I'm not
son
there.
and the K-pop star that was in the season.
What's her name? Lucy? Something like that.
so
But they did like a reunion.
Yeah.
It was really cute.
I'm getting
All right.
Anyways, obviously we got mixed reactions for Coachella. Will it be better next year?
No, I
we'll,
think it's
we'll,
going down.
we'll see that next year, and we'll see you, the viewers, next week for the season 11 finale of 20 Somethings. But anyways, until next time.